Well, welcome everyone to LMU's graduate program open house. Thank you so much for coming to our Seaver College of Science Engineering presentation. We're really excited to see your interest in our programs and that you joined us today. My name is Emily Agnello. I'm the Assistant Director for Graduate Recruitment, and I have the pleasure of working with all of our science engineering programs. We do have a handful of faculty in the Zoom room, so if we want to popcorn around and go ahead and introduce ourselves. Elham, do you want to start?
Yes, ma'am. So my name is Elham Qashqai, and I faculty as System Engineering program. So I've been full-time at LMU for about a year now, and before that I was working at the aerospace and RAN corporations, but I was adjunct faculty for USC and LMU for many, many years. So thank you guys. Good to be here.
So David, you're next on my screen.
Excellent. Hi, everybody. I'm David Quam. I'm the director of the Healthcare Systems Engineering program. And I know there were a few people interested in the program at the open house, which is great. I come directly from the industry. I'm a physician by training, and I practiced for about 30 years and had a number of leadership positions as well. And just thrilled to be part of the faculty here at LMU. Welcome.
Ray.
Hello, Ray Toll, computer science. 37th year teaching here, which I'm wrapping up right now. Been at LMU for a while now. I am actually standing in for our graduate director, Dr. BJ Johnson, who is actually teaching class right now, which is good. But yeah, welcome. I'm happy to be part of a thriving computer science graduate program right now, which is growing. So glad to have everybody here.
Thank you. Don, you're up next.
Hi, I'm Don Kendall. I'm the chair of the Civil and Environmental Engineering Department and the grad program director. My experience is in water resources for 30 years. Also, I'm an LMU grad, and very happy to be here with you. Thank you.
Dr. Ula, you are next.
Hello, hi everyone. Welcome to LMU. I'm glad that you are going through this open house and learn about our graduate programs. I'm Najmul Ula, the professor of electrical and computer engineering, also an associate dean who my responsibility is all engineering and computer science programs, graduate, undergraduate, everything. Thank you.
Omar, I think you're up.
Omar Saeed. I teach in the Mechanical Engineering program for the last 37 years. Welcome to this open house.
Thank you. I do want Farah to introduce herself too.
Hi everyone, I'm Farah. I work for Seaver College's Office of the Dean as Graduate Programs Associate. So I work with all the faculty members and students. Welcome.
Thank you. I think all the faculty I'm seeing at the moment. So we're going to go ahead and get started. So I'm going to start us off. I'll give you a little bit of an agenda for today. So I'm going to go over a little overview of LMU as a whole. I'll give you a little overview of our programs and our certificates, and then I'll talk mainly about our admission requirements. And then we'll place you into breakout rooms with the faculty of the program that you're interested in, and they will give you all the details about the program and the curriculum and all the opportunities that your program of interest can provide to you. So a little bit about Loyola Marymount University. So one thing that's important to us is our mission. So we are a Jesuit institution, but with that being said, you do not have to participate in any religious activities. It is just what really drives the mission of LMU. So our mission is the encouragement of learning, the education of the whole person, and the service of faith and promotion of justice. This is important to us because you can see in the way we interact in the LMU environment, in classes, in person, in the research that's done. We really encourage our students to go above and beyond just the academic classroom. We really want our students to come to LMU, get the education they're looking for, and then go out into their communities and make an impact and really just use the knowledge they learn at LMU to help make a better world, help make the world we want to live in the future. So it's something that's really important to all of us. A picture of LMU, we are around 10,000 students. We're a small, medium-sized institution. We do have a handful of undergraduate students. And then altogether, a little over 2,000, 3,000 graduate and law school students. We do kind of keep them separate because we are on separate campuses. So we have 3 different campuses. So where our College of Science and Engineering is located is on our main campus, which is our Westchester campus. We also have a downtown campus, which is the Loyola Law School. And then we have our Playa Vista campus, which is our Graduate School of Film and Television and our Business Analytics programs. They are held on that campus. If you're not sure where LMU is, this picture kind of does a good job of showing where we are. So we say we're on the bluff because, as you can see from this photo, we are kind of up on a little hill. From the edge of campus, you can see the ocean, the mountains, and the Hollywood sign. Right now, campus is insane because all the mountains are snow-capped because of the weather we've been having. So it's a really beautiful place to go to school, to work. We were rated by the Princeton Review as the 4th most beautiful college campus in the US. And I think every person on this call can vouch, if you've been to campus, that is so true. So it's a really wonderful place for us all to work and for you to go to classes. Our science and engineering buildings are wonderful. They're new. They are top-notch. We have great lab and research facilities on campus too. So we always invite you, if you're interested in coming to campus, if you're in the area or visiting, please let us know because we'd love to show you around. Some of our student resources that we see our graduate students utilize on campus, because as I said, it's much more than academics. We want you to be able to get the experience you're looking for in graduate school. So we have our William H. Hannon Library, which is actually this beautiful building in my background. Our library has won National Library Awards. It is top-notch for being such a small school. We have 27 librarians. So we have a lot of dedicated staff members who are here to help our students utilize their library's resources and help with research and really just make it a good experience for our students. In the library, physically, there are study spaces and there are rooms, collaborative space rooms for our students to rent out. We also have 3 different floors. So the first floor is a louder collaborative space and it gets quieter as it goes higher. And that's the physical space. We also have a huge, all our books are also available online. Our librarians actually have a 24/7 live chat that they work. So there is a librarian to chat with you at any hour. We know students don't always study at the typical hours. So there is someone who is there to help you whenever you need and answer your questions. Then we have our Office of National and International Fellowships. So that we call this ONIF, that's the acronym we use for it. So we do have students who receive funding through fellowships. We do have an office that's solely dedicated to helping our students apply for and find fellowships that they might be eligible for. Once you do become an LMU student, you can make an appointment to meet with our fellowship advisor, and she'll walk you through the process and talk to you more about what it looks like and if she can help you find one. Then we have our Academic Resource Center. So our ARC Center helps with peer tutoring. They also have the Writing Center, which if you are ever writing a long paper, maybe you want to brush up on your writing skills, you can go to them and they can help you really just look at your grammar, look at your paper, which is a big help sometimes. Maybe if you're not coming right from undergrad and jumping back into school isn't always easy. But then we have our Office for International Students and Scholars. We call this OISS. So for our international applicants, OISS helps our students go through the visa process, the I-20, the F1 process. They also will have an international student orientation for you when you come to campus. They'll really work you through that process of getting to the US. They also hold a ton of different events throughout the year for our international students, such as our international student Thanksgiving holiday. You know, they have an international student graduation. So they really do connect you with other international students and help you get involved in the LMU community. We have our campus recreation and student facilities. So if you would like to use the on-campus gym, you can. If you would like to participate in an intramural sport, you're also welcome to do that. So we really hope if that's something you're interested in, passionate about, you can still pursue that while at LMU. We have our student psychological services, which does provide our students with one-on-one and group counseling. We have a handful of wellness resources on campus. We highly encourage all of our students to utilize them. Then we have our graduate students of LMU group, GSLMU. They actually are presenting tonight if you want to hear from some current students. But GSLMU is kind of the student body for our graduate students. So there's a representative from every college on our GSLMU executive board, and they put on a ton of different events for graduate students throughout the year. So they do everything from headshots to, they did Top Golf the other week, they did axe throwing, they did pumpkin carving, they have a grad gala in December, just really get everyone together to celebrate the end of the semester. So they put on a lot of really fun events to get you involved in campus and to also have you just interact and meet students in other programs. So I highly encourage you to get involved with GSLMU if you do end up attending LMU. Another main resource we see our graduate students use is our career and professional development office. So we do have career-specific career coaches. So the Science and Engineering does have their own CPD representative, and there's someone you can contact when you'd like to do mock interviews, help with networking. If you really just want some feedback on applying and interviewing for positions, they will also work with you. So say you're at LMU and you receive a job offer, they will look that over with you to make sure the job offer you receive is competitive. If you would like, you know, to counter offer, they'll also help you with that too. So they do a lot of really great one-on-one activities that really just helps you boost your career and professional development and feel more confident going into the job search. Then we also have industry-specific career fairs. So we will have a STEM career fair, which makes it a lot easier going into a career fair because you're going into companies who are looking for students who have your skill set. You are walking into a room of people who are looking to hire someone within the STEM field. And then we have the Pride Network, which is it's like an internal LMU LinkedIn. So it's a online platform that all of our current students and alumni and faculty and staff are on. And it's a great way to find alumni who might be working for companies you're interested in, or just where alumni can post opportunities they have at their companies and connect with our current students. And then I did want to talk about some Seaver specific resources that we do see the Seaver College put on for their students. So they do have the Seaver Spotlight series. We actually have a presentation next week from Dr. Wanda Austin, who is the former CEO and president of Aerospace Corp. That's really cool. They're bringing her to campus to give us a talk to our students. So the Seaver College brings in a lot of top industry professionals for you to connect with and hear from. There's a handful of graduate research assistantships within the college. So if you are interested in doing research on campus with our wonderful faculty, there are a lot of opportunities for you. We have our Council for Industry Partnerships, which is for our civil and environmental engineering students. So it's an alumni and networking connections. So they really put on a lot of events to help make connections within the LMU alumni community in civil environmental engineering, but also really just have people look over your resume and give you that practice and confidence that you need going into the job search and once you graduate. Then we have our annual research symposium. So every year our graduating students have the opportunity to present in the research symposium, which is a wonderful way for you to practice your presentation skills and to give you more experience in that area, but also a way to share what you've been working on with the LMU community. And at the Research Symposium, there's everyone from faculty, staff, and community members, industry partners come too. So it's a good way to put out there all the hard work you've been doing. Then the most asked about student resource, financial aid. So before I go into all the details of this, I will say we have a financial aid presentation at 6 p.m. after this. They are the professionals. They will definitely be able to answer all your questions better than I can, but also on the screen is their email. So if you can't attend the session after this, I recommend reaching out to them by email if you have any specific questions. So the tuition for the 2022-2023 school year is $14.57 per unit. You multiply this by the amount of units in your program. Most programs are 30 units, and that will give you the total tuition. You do pay per semester, so depending on how many courses and how many units you're taking that semester, it's kind of how you figure out what your tuition would look like. For scholarship opportunities, so we do have graduate, research, and teaching assistantships on campus. Now, I touched on a little bit on research assistantships in the last slide. If you do want more information on those, and teaching assistantships, I highly recommend connecting with your graduate program director. So when you go into the breakout rooms, if you are interested in one of those opportunities, definitely bring that up with the faculty. They will be able to walk you through that process. And then graduate assistantships are slightly different because it's an assistantship on campus, but it's not within research or teaching. So within my Office of Graduate Admission, we have 2 graduate assistants who help me with recruitment and running our office. And then we also have, I know international admission has graduate assistantships, career and professional development. Most of the offices on campus do provide these opportunities to students. And the way to find those opportunities is once you're admitted to LMU, you will be able to access what we call Lion Jobs, which is our student employment job board, and all the graduate assistants will be posted on there. So I highly recommend checking that out if you are interested in a graduate assistantship that is not within research or teaching. And how that money works is you can work up to 20 hours a week, and the pay is $18 per hour. You are able to either get that money you make and have it go right into your pocket, or you can have it go towards your tuition. So you do get to select where and how you want that money used. We also have need-based aid, which is based off the completion of the FAFSA. So you complete your FAFSA, and then money is distributed based off the need that's shown on there. And then we also have Seaver College of Science Engineering departmental scholarships. So these are our scholarships that are given out annually. There is an application online on the financial aid website. You do complete it and turn it in, and then money is distributed based off how many people apply and how much money is available to give. So it kind of does vary. If you have any questions on the need-based aid, scholarships, or departmental scholarships, feel free to contact Farah, who's on this call, and she'll be able to help you. For more information on financial aid in general, please visit the financial aid website. They have a ton of different resources on there. So they have, if you're looking for outside scholarships, we have a link to Scholarship Universe, which is an outside scholarship finder, basically. So we encourage you to look at that and utilize it. And if you have any questions, always email them. They're available to answer your questions. And then also for information on tuition amounts and payment plan options, that's through our student accounts office. So there's our information here too, in case you want more information on that. So now more information about our graduate programs. As you can see here, these are all of our master's degrees we have within the College of Science Engineering. Some commonalities between all of them. So they're all a minimum of 30 units. So it's about 10 classes. They're all designed for working professionals. So if you are working full-time, your classes will all be at night. So you won't have to worry about class interfering with work. And if you're a full-time student, then you have all day to study or do research or have another job. And then we have all our programs have a thesis option, but they're not thesis required. So you can do a capstone project if you are not interested in doing research. The GRE is optional and they have rolling admissions. So that means whenever you apply and your application is complete, you will receive an admission decision within 2 to 3 weeks after. There's an online application for all programs and a $50 application fee. The link to apply is right there on the screen. You also can find it on the graduate admission homepage. Besides our graduate degrees, we also have a handful of certificate programs. So our certificate programs are 3 courses packaged together in a certificate. As you can see, a lot of the programs themselves have certificates that go alongside them. So say you're interested in climate change solutions, you can take 3 classes in that area. And at the end, if you've got the expertise and the skills you were looking for, you can take your certificate and be good to go, or you can then apply and transition into the civil engineering program, and those courses you already took would apply towards that master's degree too. Or if you're already a working professional who has multiple or some higher degrees, you can always enroll in the certificate program to fine tune or to get more knowledge in a certain area that might help you excel in your job or the projects you're working on. Some students will begin a certificate program if they're not sure if a master's is for them yet. So these are just a really flexible option for our students to either gain more knowledge without a full degree or really just dip their toes in and kind of get the feel of what a graduate program might be like. If you are here today interested in a certificate program, when we go to breakout rooms, please enter the breakout room for the graduate program that your certificate is under. That faculty will be able to talk to you about that. Okay, so I'm going to speak on admission requirements, and then I will let the faculty go into all the details of the programs in the breakout sessions. But a little bit about admission requirements. I sometimes will sound repetitive when I say these, but I do want everyone to kind of get a clear picture of what's needed for each of the programs. So for civil engineering and environmental science, I did put them together because they are, I'm going to say sister programs, but they are in a way. So for civil engineering, we do require a Bachelor's of Science in Engineering with the coursework that's currently on the screen. We do require 2 letters of recommendation and a personal statement that explains how this program will fit into your career goals. And then for environmental science, you need a bachelor's degree, preferably in science, but the following coursework is needed. And then 2 letters of recommendation and a personal statement that explains how this program fits into your career goals. And how these programs kind of go side by side is if you are interested in the civil engineering track, but you don't have the engineering background, you can begin in the environmental science program, complete or pass the fundamentals of engineering exam, and then change into the civil engineering program. So that's kind of why I showed the requirements next to each other, because that is a possible track if you are interested more in civil engineering, but you may not have that background. And then we have our mechanical engineering program. So we do require a Bachelor's of Science, undergraduate engineering degree, preferably in mechanical engineering. I know there are other majors that could be similar and you might have taken the coursework that's required, but we really do look for that mechanical engineering background. 2 letters of recommendation, then a personal statement explaining how this program fits into your career development. For our computer science program, we really do look for you to have a background in computer science. There are specific courses that are looked for when looking at applications. The course codes on this screen are the LMU undergraduate codes, but you can look at the program name or the course name, and as long as the course name is similar, the content is similar, this is kind of the prerequisite coursework that is looked for. And then we require a personal statement explaining how this program will fit into your career goals. The letters of recommendation are optional and same as the resume. And when people ask, well, what should I do? Should I not add the letters of recommendation? I think that's really up to you. If you have a really strong academic background, maybe you don't need the letters of recommendation, but maybe you you have an average academic background, and those letters of recommendation will really give the extra well-roundedness that your application might need. So it's really up to you what you'd like to turn in. So our MSE and Computer Engineering program. So we look for backgrounds in computer engineering, electrical engineering, and computer science. While reviewing applications, they will look at your academic background, and if maybe you need to take some additional classes or if there's something that's missing, we will reach out and let you know to make sure that you're coming into the program fully prepared for the graduate coursework. We require a personal statement explaining how this program will fit into your career development, and then the 2 letters of recommendation are also optional for this program. For the MSE in Electrical Engineering, we look for a background in electrical engineering, computer science, computer engineering, some closely related fields. These are the specific coursework that is looked for when reviewing your application, once again, to make sure you're coming in with the background needed to succeed in the graduate courses. A personal statement explaining how the program fits into your career development, and then your 2 letters of recommendation are optional. Then our healthcare systems engineering program. Promise I had it in here, David. I'm sorry for earlier. So the admission requirements, you do need a bachelor's degree. We look for, a big thing is the essay demonstrating your passion for healthcare. We really, David really wants to know why you want to come in the healthcare field and be in his program. We do look for a minimum GPA of a 3.0. And then 2 letters of recommendation. Then we have our systems engineering program. So why there's so many words on the screen, depending on your focus area, there is a different background that's needed. So our systems engineering program has multiple focus areas that you select when applying. So if you are interested in doing the systems engineering degree with the systems engineering or engineering management focus, we look for a wider variety of backgrounds. So students who have a BS in business, finance, economics, project management, but also students who might have a background in computer science, math, physics, chemistry. So there's a wider background that is that can be accepted into the program. But if you are looking to do one of the systems engineering focuses that is a little more skill focused, so our aeronautics and space systems, cybersecurity, software architecture, electrical engineering, mechanical engineering, or civil engineering, then we will require a background in that area. So if you want to do the electrical engineering focus, we would expect you have a electrical engineering background. So all of that's kind of looked for depending on which focus area you are applying for. So other admission requirements, a resume showing around 2 years work experience, recommended. Understand, like if you're an undergrad, you might have internship experience. All that real life experience does count. The 2 letters of recommendation, they're optional if your GPA is a 3.0 or higher, but same thing I recommend if maybe you have a very average academic background, those letters of recommendation will really give your application the little boost it might need. And then the personal statement explaining how this program will fit into your career goals. And then the last thing I do want to touch on before I hand it over to our faculty is our MS MBA dual degree programs we have. So all the programs listed on here can be combined with our MBA. We are seeing a lot more interest in this, so I did want to let everyone know that this is an option for you. So if you are considering, either maybe you're deciding between the MS and the MBA, or they're both degrees you really want to receive, we do offer both them together. So our computer science, electrical engineering, healthcare systems, mechanical engineering, and systems engineering can all be combined with our MBA. How it works is you are admitted into the MS program first. After successfully completing a semester or 2 of your MS classes, you can then connect with the MBA academic advisor, and they will walk you through that process of what transitioning into the dual degree program could look like. A little breakdown of what the classes look like. So it is a total of 60 credit hours. So it is a lot more classes, but of course it's 2 degrees. So that is expected. This is kind of how it pans out to be. So 36 semester hours of MBA courses, 24 semesters of engineering courses for the total of 60. I know we have a handful of students who are doing the programs, have done the programs. If you are interested, I definitely recommend mentioning it to the faculty, and they can kind of tell you more what that looks like, how long that may take, depending on how many classes you do take per semester. So yeah. But then one reminder before I break you out, join our student resource sessions after this. So as I said, if you're interested in learning more about financial aid, hearing from current students, or hearing from our international admission team, they will all be in Zoom sessions later on tonight. So please, please, please attend. I promise they will give you the best information. They will answer all your questions. Okay, so now, anyone have any questions for me?
Hello.
Hi,
Hello.
how are you?
Hello, my name is Hans. Let's start all over. My name is Hans Takor, a graduate from the University of the District of Columbia in electrical engineering. My concentration is computer engineering. I graduated and also I'm also, to add on, I'm also a, excuse my hesitating when I talk. I was just going to say that I'm also a student. I'm also a student from the Disability Center at my school. That might, if I someday apply for grad school in the future, I may need like accommodations, like exam extended time on exams, or open book, open notes, maybe use of technology, computer, internet on exams, like something like that. But,
yeah, of course. We have a center that can work with you through that. So that is no problem at all to us.
I'd also add, right now, since I've graduated, I'm just sending resumes out different places to get a job before someday going to grad school. I also understand some places like if you're a graduate someplace, they sometimes allow students to take at least they allow students to take classes without declaring a grad school major. I wanted to find out how that worked, because I heard something like that from Drexel, because I was at I was at Drexel last week in an open house.
Yeah, Hans, yes, we do allow students to take a course as a non-degree student. We call it as a non-degree student.
Yeah.
So somebody can take one course, and one can take only one course, and then once you decide that, yeah, I really want to actually pursue a degree, that credit can apply to your.
Because also I live in Washington D.C. and I'm a bachelor. Number one, I have a bachelor's degree and I live in Washington D.C. I might if I take a class in like as a grad student, I'm I might be interested in that kind of thing.
Hans, if oh, Nazmul, you're muted. Okay.
Hello?
Yes, I'm telling that you should elaborate a little bit because he's an electrical engineer.
Yes, Hans, we have certificate programs. This may be a good option for you. So, for example, you could do a certificate program in electrical engineering.
Or
You would
computer
complete a
engineering.
number of units. And
Excuse me, my concentration was computer engineering, electrical engineering, and my concentration was computer engineering. Yeah.
Yes, so you can, you could take individual courses, selected courses, and then if you have, if you decide to apply and you have the grades, those courses count for the degree. So you could finish selected courses first and then apply for the program.
Yeah.
You would have to speak with the academic advisor to make sure the courses that you take are the ones that count for your degree. And another option that you can consider is the systems engineering program, because that one has different concentrations. So you can do systems engineering with a concentration in electrical engineering or computer science or civil engineering, or aerospace engineering. There are different options. So that program may give you flexibility in that sense.
Yeah, and also, do you have anything virtual? And do you have virtual classes? Because I live right. I live in DC. Although I'm from your area. I used to live. I used to live in the South Bay, which is almost near your area. But I moved in 2001.
Yeah, the systems engineering program is online. There are some concentrations that are in person, but most of them are online.
What is online?
Like this.
Remote, virtual.
I know. I understand. Which programs online?
Systems engineering.
I can do that, systems engineering. And speaking of which, I did some projects at UDC related to systems engineering. At this time of the year, I participated in the STEM program. Hello?
Yep.
I participated in this at this time of the year. My last 3 years before I graduated, which was 2019, before the pandemic, I participated in the STEM program. At this time of the year, at the end of February, a few engineering events. My presentation was embedded systems, something that relates to systems engineering, programming microcontrollers, and then to run different kinds of applications, which gave me a lot of experience programming hardware as well as software.
That's wonderful, Hans. So we're going to go ahead and move into breakout rooms. So we'll make sure we put you in the breakout room to learn more about that. So if everybody would like to type in the chat which breakout room, which program of interest they have, we will go ahead and move you in there with your faculty member. And
I think I'll do the electrical or system engineering electrical. Because I'm interested in all of the programs.
Yeah, and you're welcome to go to multiple rooms. So you can stop into one and then come back in here and we'll put you in the next one too. So that definitely can be done.
I'll ask again, well, what were you saying about taking one class as a non-degree, even if you have like a bachelor's degree, and taking a grad course without a degree?
Yeah, Hans, you should actually go to the room for electrical engineering or systems electrical engineering breakout room. Dr. Gustavo Verano can explain that. It is possible to take courses as a non-degree student also.
Oh,
Okay, so
I
there
know.
you can talk in detail with him. Okay,
okay.
all right, thank you.
Okay, wonderful. So everyone just type in the chat if you have not, and Farah and I will be assigning you to rooms. And then if you do have more questions, we'll be back here, so feel free to jump back in.
So Emily, are you allowing them to choose their room, or you are just allocating them?
Yes, they're typing in the chat where they would like to go, and Farah and I are moving them now. Yep.
All right.
David, did you get the thing to move your breakout room?
No, I did not.
Okay. You sure?
No, I don't know. I don't see it.
Oh, look. We moved two students there. Hold on.
Oh, that's all right. Just tell me which room it is. I can probably just find them.
I've assigned you to it. You might want to check and see what's going on.
Okay.